Portions of the following program may have been pre-recorded.
The following programs, views, claims, or ideas may not reflect those of WSRR Radio or WSRRradio.com. Viewer discretion is advised.
And now, we take you behind enemy lines with Lucas DeRazio and Dom Ferro on WSRR Radio.
All Browns fans will go to heaven where football season's never ending. The leaves have changed, smell it in the air. Where every morning is a Sunday morning, the grill is firing and the drinks are pouring. All Browns fans will go to heaven and our motel can go to hell.
Welcome back to another electrifying episode of Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio. Nationally local, meaning we play your local bands on a national stage, coast to coast. This is your Cleveland sports talk show from Pittsburgh, and I'm Lucas DeRazio, joined as always by Dom Ferro. We are recording on Monday, June 8th at 3:56 p.m., a little early week recording due to some foreseen circumstances, some celebrations, some festivities this weekend. I'll be out of town starting tomorrow on Tuesday for my wedding. It is my wedding weekend. Everybody give me a huge shout out. We're recording on June 8th, the day after June 7th. You know why that's a significant day?
6-7?
Because it's 6-7. That's spectacular. That's exactly right. On the ball. You are not chopped or unk. You're cooking right now. Nah, he's never unk. That big guy. That's the new Gen Z. If you don't know that, you're cooked, you're unk. But we are recording early in the week due to this, these, like I said, foreseen festivities and circumstances. So if anyone wants to send me some congratulations, maybe some money or something, a card, a heartfelt picture of yourself, please feel free to do so. So a quick turnaround from the last episode. We recorded last Thursday, and now we're recording on a Monday. Just a quick weekend before I get to see you again. Quick turnaround for us.
It's a brutal schedule. NFL players aren't even on this type of schedule.
Yes.
You don't play a Thursday night and a Monday night game. That's what we do out here.
Styles cracking his knuckles down. He's like, you guys got to get these out. You guys got to get these in, get these recorded. I don't care that it's your wedding week.
Exactly. I don't care if it's the biggest week of your life.
Exactly. Get these cranked out. We're going to have to do
BL out.
It won't be a quick turnaround next week, but it will be another early week recording because then I'll be going on the honeymoons.
Oh, yeah.
St. Lucia.
Tell me about that. I don't know.
Vandals Resort.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't really know all that. I mean, I know it's the Virgin Islands. Apparently, people said that it's a mountainous island. It's basically just like an island that's just one mountain.
Really? Now tell me this.
My fiance also told me yesterday, she was like, yeah, I was asking people who've been there before, and I don't know what to do because they said after you get off the plane, you can either take the shuttle or the ferry or a helicopter.
Whoa.
And I was like, whoa, helicopter would be kind of sick. She was like, well, it's $400. And I was like, well, yeah, whatever. And then she was like,
the helicopter.
The shuttle is 2 hours from the airport to the resort.
Bruh.
And I was like, oh man. And then she was like, and it's like a bus and it's driving on the side of a mountain and they're doing switchbacks and stuff. And they were like, whoever was in it was like, yeah, it's very nerve wracking.
Terrifying.
And she's not a very, I'm pretty go with the flow. I trust whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
You put your face
she would be freaking out.
Yeah.
So
you might have to do the heli.
We might have to rip the heli or if we're on a boat, the boat is also 2 hours though.
Yeah, but that's less scary probably.
For sure.
I mean, no matter what, you're putting your, any type of transportation is dangerous if you think too hard about it.
That's what I would say, yeah.
Because you can think about Kobe. I mean, that was a helicopter.
Oh, don't get me started.
That's
the thing. I'm sure that the helicopter she'd be very nervous on too, and so would I, but it'd only be for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The helicopter's fast.
So you're either scared for 2 hours or you're scared for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Exactly.
Now, about this island, though, are there any monkeys?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I've seen some TikToks of monkeys sabotaging people's
helicopters.
No, not that. That would be crazy. That's Planet of the Apes. But no, they're in their room, they're wherever they're staying at, and these monkeys will just jump in if you leave a window open. Take a banana, take your phone.
I'd kind of be cool with the monkeys coming and hanging out.
Yeah, if they're chill.
I don't know. I don't know if St. Lucia has any monkeys.
I've heard that in these tourist spots where there are monkeys have learned like what's valuable to humans.
Yeah.
So they'll take their phones in order to like barter with them, like get some food in return. Like they don't really want the phone, but they know that the humans will offer something for it.
What's
So,
wrong with America?
They're
just-
evolving.
I looked up, does St. Lucia have, and it said casinos? Yeah, the monkeys, they're smart, man. They're smart.
Yeah, they
Let's
know.
see.
They know stuff. They're
What
smarter than
kind of-
people give them credit for.
Can you see monkeys in St. Lucia? St. Lucia's rainforests are home to playful monkeys.
Oh, that's good to hear. Not devious ones.
No, yeah, they're playful. They're jolly. They're good-hearted.
I
They're
wonder-
jovial
yeah.
monkeys, if
Yeah,
you will.
I wonder what that could mean.
Yeah, they're
How-
playful.
Like, can you like hang out with them? Sit on the bench with them?
This link says monkey business around St. Lucia.
Tell me
No,
more.
sorry, monkey business abound in St.
Whoa,
Lucia.
that's even better.
Oh my goodness. Playful and mischievous bunch. Oh no, if they're mischievous, that could,
Yeah, they
that
didn't
could cause
say
some
that.
issues.
They didn't say that at first. They just said playful.
Oh gosh. When I went to the last time I went to the Virgin Islands, I went to like St. Thomas, and there was a ton. I didn't see any monkeys, but there was a ton of chickens.
Really?
There was like just chickens, like just like walking around all the time
On the beach or?
on the some
Like
on the
on the
beach,
street.
mostly just like on the street.
Yeah. Wonder where they came from.
I don't know. Chickens.
Are they laying eggs?
I don't
Are they
know.
wild eggs?
I just saw all the taxi drivers being like, "Get out of the way!" They're waving and honking at these chickens.
Yeah, that could be something to see. I'm a big fan of that when you can see like wild
The
animals
wildlife.
that you don't really see.
Yeah.
There's like beaches that have pigs on them. Apparently, I'd like to see that.
That would be awesome.
Haven't seen that, but the thing is, I'm like pretty afraid of wild animals. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like you see videos of people like holding out food for a bird to land on them. Like in my head, I think that would be awesome. But as soon as a bird would touch my hand, I'd like jump. I think.
You get that once you get that contact where you're like feeling their like bird legs on you, and you feel their like the small little claws on the end. I do feel like you'd be like, yeah, it'd be hard to stay calm.
You're like, this is a wild animal.
Yeah.
This thing is unpredictable.
No matter what kind of bird it is, like a parrot, whatever
Yeah.
it is, macaw,
You're gonna feel its unpredictability in its claws.
and then you see the beak.
Yeah, they're not like queued up close probably. Unless you get like I think like a little hummingbird, because hummingbirds aren't gonna land on you. Like they're just gonna like you
They
know-
hover.
Yeah, exactly.
They hover.
I'd be okay with a little hummingbird floating around, but yeah, wild animals like if there's a mouse in my house, bro, I'm not gonna be any help with that.
Just don't give him a cookie.
Yeah, what happens if you give a mouse a cookie?
If you give a mouse a cookie, he'll ask for milk,
He'll never stop asking for more.
and then he asks for a straw for the milk, I think, and then he asks for a napkin.
Basically, Buddy kept asking. He bit off more than he could chew.
That's pretty much the
Reality.
the story of that book.
It's a synopsis. Cats are like one of those domesticated animals that feel like partially wild.
Yeah.
Like, they feel unpredictable.
I never. It took until recently, like until the last couple years, where I'd ever felt comfortable around
Really?
around a cat, and sometimes I still don't. But like, I'm allergic to cats too, so I try to keep my distance. But I feel like growing up, like none of my, like we didn't have a cat, and I feel like cats were not super popular in my like neighborhood.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say they've gotten more popular over time.
I do think probably.
You think?
I do think more. Well, I just think in general more people have pets now.
Possibly, yeah.
Than when we were growing up.
I mean, cats really interest me, but I don't think I could have one. You know what I mean? Because they smell. They don't
Yeah.
really care about you.
That's the
either.
big thing, is just the smell.
Like dogs, they care about you because they're, that's the way they're designed. Like to
They're hardwired to love you.
to get food.
Yeah,
Cats, they don't really. They think they're the boss wherever they're at,
exactly. That's what cats are, kind of jerks.
but like they're athletic freaks.
Yeah,
Like, they'll jump all over the ceiling and stuff. That's pretty cool to see.
That's one thing I don't. That's another thing I don't want. Another reason I don't want a cat is like because they would my friends are really my fiance's friend who lives in Philadelphia. Like we went to their house. They have 3 cats. Whole place smells like a cat. There's dander everywhere.
Yeah,
And then like they're just like climbing like they're like up on their table and they're like walking around their like glasses and stuff and like around their cups, and then like you're drinking water and you feel like there's cat fur in your cup.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
Meanwhile, there's also their shit is in a box 5 feet away from you.
That is the part about cats. It's not cool. Like you're an animal. You can go to the bathroom outside.
Yeah.
Like why can't they?
I don't understand that.
I don't understand it either.
Like, why do they get to poop inside?
yeah,
That's why, you know what I really like is outdoor cats. Outdoor
Yeah,
cats
they're
are
cool.
chill. I like that.
Yeah,
Because them, it's like, just go wherever, go do your biz, come back, bring me a mouse every once in a while.
yeah. But I'd also like to hold a cat.
I feel like outdoor cats, my brother-in-law has an outdoor cat, and
Holds it?
yeah, well, we were sitting outside, like hanging out, having a few brews,
Really?
and his cat just like walks up to us, and then like he'll jump up in your lap, chill for a little bit, and then he'll just go out, and you won't see him for a couple days.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like that.
No,
No, I don't want a wild cat get in my lap.
that is another thing too. Yeah, it's like, oh, he's jumping on my lap. I don't know where he's been. He
Yeah,
could be dirty as hell.
The place where there's 3 cats, like the cats fight.
A little bit, but not a ton. I don't think.
I feel like if dogs fight, I mean that's scary. But cats are like so much faster.
Yeah,
Walls.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't break that up. I'd
No.
break up a dog fight.
Cats have always like creeped me out just with like how quick they are in the claws and like the small scratches and
Like I
you
feel
always
like
see
if a dog was fighting, I'd be able to grab him,
yeah.
get him off. A cat, like I feel like I wouldn't be able to. It'd be like grabbing like a bar of soap.
Yeah, you always see the like cartoon image of like a cat just being like a ball of
Mhm.
movement,
Just
and then
flipping
it
out of someone's hand.
goes over onto your face, and then there's like a ball of
Oh
movement
yeah.
on
Mhm.
in a cartoon.
Yeah.
And then it gets off, and there's scratches all over his face.
Yeah.
That's what I always imagine.
I mean, it's pretty realistic. Those
Yeah.
artists were cooking with it.
Exactly, just like that ball of like movement with like an arm coming out every once in a while.
Yeah, they used to cook with that. Not just animals, but like people fighting.
Yeah, people getting in a rumble too.
Put them in a ball.
Kind of the same thing. Yeah,
Just throw.
it's kind of a lazy animation thing.
It
too.
is.
Just be like, let's just throw them in a ball.
But it's smart
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
because they were cooking out episodes every week.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have time to throw a bunch of punches. Let's just draw a dust ball and
An arm, a leg, a shoe, a hand come out.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
cat scratches in there.
And cat scratches, exactly. Now you brought up cat. You're also wearing a Cat's Deli shirt.
Yeah,
Which takes us to our first sports topic of the day. The NBA Finals in full swing right now.
Knicks
2-0. Knicks are up 2-0 right now. Again, we are recording on Monday, so by the time this episode comes out, his series could be over. By the way
Tonight's
that
game
it's going.
3. In
Tonight's
New
game
York.
3. It's in New York. Cat is going to be there. Go ahead. Tell him, what was your Nixon
What
4
cat?
thing?
Oh, what the thing that the people were tweeting?
Yeah.
I think they were like, I think it was like my mayor Muslim, my bagel Jewish, my Christian Dior, Nixon 4.
Yeah,
something like
beautiful.
that.
Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely
Yeah, they
beautiful.
cooked with
but,
that.
yeah, they did. And the Rizzler's fired up too, which is good to see. I mean,
Action
he's
Bronson's fired up.
yeah.
He's wearing like complete jersey, top and bottom.
Ben Stiller, Timothy Chalamet, they're fired up. I don't know, that to me, like I don't dislike the Knicks. Like I feel like they have a pretty good fun team, honestly. Like I can't hate on Brunson. Like
Yeah,
I kind of like Josh Hart and like some of the other guys they have. I never loved Karl Anthony Towns. I think I might have told the story on this podcast why.
yeah. He like promised a donation.
Yeah, he promised a donation to the school and then never to my high school,
Yeah.
and then never gave it. But like I will say I've gained some respect for him in this series, the way he's like playing against Wemby.
Yeah, he's dominating him.
He is. And like that's good to see, and like he's stepping up and like whatever. But I really don't hate the team. In fact, like when I was even young, like I remember I liked the Knicks so much that like I played a 2K season with them, and like
Yeah,
I was using Melo a lot.
Melo was awesome. The Linsanity era was awesome.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks have always had moments when they've been extremely likable.
Yeah.
And this, like, with how dominant they've been on this run, it's hard not to root for them. We've never seen anything like
I
this.
just don't love the Knicks fan base. And
Really?
the common fans are very annoying.
A little
Like
bit.
so like but I don't even hate that so much because it's like, oh, they're showing a lot of passion, whatever. But like it is a little annoying to me for like Chalamet and Stiller and like all the like biggest names and like the Kylie Jenner being there, and like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just a little bit annoying to be like, all right, like we get it. You guys are New York.
Yeah.
You got all the
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see tonight because like those tickets are thousands of dollars to get into Game 3, and like the real New Yorkers who have been there like their entire lives, who've been waiting for that, aren't going to be at the game tonight.
Yeah,
it's going to be a bunch of the richest people in New York, probably not people who've been like the biggest fans. So
you think the energy is going to fall off tonight in MSG?
I still think it's going to be crazy in there.
Yeah,
because no matter who you are, if you're paying $10,000 for a seat, you better be going nuts. You better try to have the time of your life there.
Yeah.
So
and scream your head off and try to get your squad to win.
Yeah. What's really unfortunate about Game 3 is that they canceled all like the block parties outside.
Yeah, which I feel like that's like where the real fans are outside of the building. Yeah, and they canceled all of that because of the Big Don.
Yeah,
because of 47.
The best part about the Knicks the last few years, outside like them playing real well, has been like the street talk stuff after the game.
Yeah,
like, you see the real Knicks fans, and they are nuts. They're annoying, but it has been funny to watch. It's been cool to see. But yeah, Donald Trump's in the building tonight for Game 3. First time a president has ever been at a NBA Finals game. I mean, it's been like people have made it a real big story. I'm not sure if you were at this game. I can't remember who the Steelers were playing, but Trump was at a Steelers game this past year. And like, yeah, there was like a decent amount of extra security, but it wasn't. They're asking Knicks fans to get there like 2 hours early. Like I don't think it's going to be that bad.
I do think that MSG is a little bit different than Acrisure Stadium, though.
Yeah, but I mean, no matter what, it's the president. There's, Acrisure Stadium probably holds more people than Madison Square Garden.
Exactly. Yeah, but I still think it's more open, though. It's not in the middle of the city.
I was wondering,
Pittsburgh has more exit routes for it, I think.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's the big thing. Like, they're shutting blocks around. Like, how do you get this guy in here without being seen?
It's also just a bigger stadium, so that then I feel like they can shut a little bit more off of it. Whereas, like, Knicks, like in MSG, if someone's in a box, the common person is still right next to them.
Yeah, I was wondering, is he gonna sit box or courtside? There's
box,
no way he sits
sure.
courtside, right?
There's no way he sits courtside,
but he sits like octagon side at UFC fights.
That is true, but
like, how's that? How's he do that like all the time? And then when he goes to a Knicks game,
does he still do that?
Shut down everything.
Does he still do that now?
Pretty sure he's been at a handful since he's been
he's acting president.
Since he's been the 47th, I'm pretty sure.
How about did you see that they're having the UFC fight on the White House lawn? That's coming up, and
they're building the whole thing.
They're building the whole thing, and then he was like, "I kind of like it. I think we might just leave it up."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "The Eiffel Tower. They put it up for the World's Fair, and they were supposed to take it down right after, but then they were like, "This is great. Let's just leave it up."
Yeah.
It's like, maybe we'll just leave it up, and I was like, "That is the dumbest thing you could like. That is so white trash, American tacky. Like, Jesus Christ."
Yeah, I heard if they do leave it up, they do it fights there like on like his birthday, July 4th, stuff like that.
His birthday? That's crazy.
It is.
That's like
Roman
Emperor Coliseum stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, comparing it to the Eiffel Tower is crazy. It does look pretty cool. I will be watching it, unfortunately, just because I have to see. Because, like, when they first announced it, I thought, oh, it's going to be like a ton of fans there. But it's just going to be like the administration and probably like Theo Von and Logan Paul and then Mark Zuckerberg. Like, it's just going to be...
It's going to be the elites.
It's going to be the weirdos.
They're not going to let the common man in.
Yeah, no. And that's what this Game 3 is kind of feeling like tonight.
Yeah.
It won't be quite as bad as that, but the UFC thing's going to be weird to watch. Those guys wearing suits watching these guys beat each other.
What day is that? Cash Patel's going to be there. That'll be awesome.
For sure.
He'll be hammered.
I think that's like only in a couple weeks.
I was going to say, it's in June, isn't it? Yeah.
Or like, might be 2 weeks away.
I think it is before, because I was expecting it. I thought it was actually on July 4th, but I was wrong.
I thought doing it on July 4th made sense. Like, why do it any other week than that?
They're calling it UFC Freedom 250.
Epic.
On June 14th. Oh, it's a Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Interesting.
Scheduled to take place on June 14th, 2026, on the South Lawn of the White House.
Bruh.
Jesus Christ. What's the go-to, like, Sean O'Malley's fighting? Okay, I see that. Huh?
Interesting.
Sean O'Malley against Zahabi. Justin Gaethje's fighting. Alex Pereira against Cyril Gane. Derek Lewis. Some names to throw out.
Pretty
and
good
then
card.
Bo Nickel. I thought McGregor was supposed to fight on it. Am I tripping?
No, he's fighting. He's fighting soon, but not on this card. He couldn't make it work. If he was fighting on this card, that would have been. But McGregor's for the fans.
I thought that he was, because I thought like the only reason he's fighting basically was because it's at the White House.
I don't think so. His might be on July 4th. Now that I think about it,
Maybe there's a second one. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
I mean if they're leaving it up, you better keep using it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would hate that. I would actually be really upset with America if they left it up.
It would be. I mean, the reality is it would be down in 2 years.
Once Trump's out of there.
I hope so. I mean, the only way is if you get
If he's out
JD
of there.
Vance, yeah, or if he doesn't leave. JD Vance, Marco Rubio, I hope would tear that thing down.
Good Lord, I can only pray.
Really tear down a lot of things. I'm just speaking how I feel today.
Yeah, we got
McGregor fights July 11th versus Max Holloway.
Matt Holloway. Okay, and Holloway, isn't he like kind of in the prime of his career?
Nah, he's older,
He's a little bit
but
post.
he's still real good.
He's like been fighting though. Like when's the last time McGregor fought? When he broke his leg against?
Yeah, McGregor fought like 5 years ago. Holloway's been putting on like great performances, but he's up there as well. I bet he's pushing. They're both pushing 40. I bet.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of names in the UFC, the big names now, have been getting older. There's not as many young
I think
talents that are as well known.
I think UFC's fallen off completely in the last 5 years.
I'd have to agree.
There's no stars anymore.
Unlike Behind Enemy Lines, stick with us through this first break for our next segment right here on WSRR Radio.
The following State of the Union is brought to you by WSRR Radio in partnership with GenericClothes.com.
My fellow Americans, for weeks now, people have been asking me for the files. They want the truth. They want the names. They've said, show us the names. Well, today I'm going to do just that. These are the files. Page 1, we have it on good authority that was sending to. We know this because of his involvement with terrible guy, honestly. Of course, this means, unfortunately, and were also involved due to communications between and investigators believe may have known about as early as 2001, terrible year, which raises serious questions about and whether or not, and regrettably,
There's a time for details. Your clothing brand isn't it. Nobody cares about those details. Get to the point with GenericClothes.com.
Based out of Chicago, Synergy Music Studio is built for artists who care about the sound of their music. From recording, mixing, and mastering to full production and live studio sessions, Synergy works hands-on to help artists turn ideas into finished professional releases. They support the Chicago scene and they welcome new artists anytime. If you're serious about your sound, start at synergymusicstudio.com today.
Calling it like they see it. Lucas and Dom are back on WSRR Radio.
Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines, brought to you by YourBuddiesGarage.com. Your Buddies Garage sells a selection of salvaged, used, scrapped auto parts and accessories, perfect for a quick fix or a first stop before the shop. Before you pay a pro, see what your buddies got at YourBuddiesGarage.com. They're a private seller, no major retailers here, just genuine pulled parts and prices to reflect that. Sometimes your buddy down the street doesn't have the part you need to hold you over until you can afford the mechanic. That's where Your Buddy's Garage online can help. Check out YourBuddiesGarage.com. Dom, a big ruling this week happened in college football that Brendan Sorsby, if you guys aren't familiar with his story, former Cincinnati quarterback, he was originally going to transfer to Texas Tech, then was found guilty for gambling on not only tons of other college football games, but his own games while in college. He was formerly an Indiana quarterback, a backup there for a few years, then transferred to Cincinnati. Thousands of bets they've said over the last couple of years on different college football games, including 40 bets on games that he himself was a part of. And then it seemed like he was going to come out and go into the supplemental draft for the NFL, which is kind of the draft for like some troubled players and different things. If people take a shot on a guy there, they lose a draft pick the next year. There was a lot of talk actually in Cleveland about whether or not the Browns should take a chance on him. But now ruling that he can, there was some ruling that he can go back to college and play his final season of eligibility, and he's going to be doing so at Texas Tech. A 2-game suspension for the first 2 games of the year, but then he is just totally fine and free and clear, I guess, to play his final season. Now, he's one of the top guys. He's like one of the top quarterback prospects, too, coming out, who or will be next year. So I think that was why there was some interest in him in the supplemental draft, possibly, but what's going on here? Like, he's totally fine to play now. He was found pretty much guilty of gambling on thousands of games and tons of his own games. And a lot of times I feel like people get way more than just 2 games.
Yeah.
And he's only getting 2 for Texas Tech.
Yeah, I mean, gambling is a serious problem in sports, and you've seen when it happens in professional sports, these athletes have been hit hard with like federal charges. And I think just recently Terry Rozier had to give back like all his salary that he made when the season where he was, doing some betting stuff with other people, I think. But Sorsby, just to give some more background information, 9,000 different bets while he was an athlete, $90,000 wagered. He bet on games that he suited up for, and he willfully ignored classes and meetings from 3 different institutions about gambling in sports.
Mm-hmm.
So he was aware that this was not okay to be doing, but he kept on doing it. I don't know how eventually he got caught. But like you said, he was set to enter the supplemental draft. But now that this judge has granted him this injunction, he will not be going in the supplemental draft. And like you said, going to Texas Tech, missing the first 2 games against Abilene Christian and Oregon State. So I think Texas Tech will be all good. What I'm interested is how his Heisman odds have jumped since then, because there's got to be people who knew that this was going to happen, that he was going to play. There's these prediction markets that we've talked of before. I wonder if there's people who jumped on that while there's a chance that he wasn't playing again.
So you think that these helped? You think that this helped his
odds?
Heisman odds, or no?
Yeah, because before it was like he's not even going to be playing this season.
I'd be curious what it was before, like when he first said he was going to transfer, though. I don't think he's going to win
the
the
supplemental. There's a chance, though.
I don't think. I mean, I keep hearing all this hype about him, and they're like, well, yeah, he was great at Cincinnati apparently, and like all these different things. But Cincinnati wasn't that good, and I feel like they didn't win all that many games, and like there was nothing jumping off the paper, off the film.
Yeah,
watching him, like he seems like he's good. He could be all right, and I think that maybe if he has a breakout year this year, but like he still is waiting to break out, in my opinion.
He is the 10th best odds right now to win Heisman, tied with Sam Levitt. Some guys ahead of him: Dante Moore, Gunnar Stockton, Julian Sand, Jeremiah Smith. CJ Carr right now is the favorite. What do you think about that?
I think that's interesting. I think Jeremiah Smith should almost be the favorite. It's tough not to give it to a quarterback, obviously.
Jeremiah Smith is 5th. Arch Manning second.
I was going to say Arch Manning. I would have to say Arch Manning over CJ Carr. Just, I don't know. I feel like it's tough to win a Heisman on an independent schedule, because I feel like Notre Dame every year just has such a weak schedule.
Yeah.
And I feel like strength of schedule should go into a Heisman vote a little bit, right?
I mean, but the wins and losses, unfortunately, I think matter more. Like, you got to be on a great team.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame probably will win a lot of games. Texas will have a tough season ahead of them. Arch Manning's 8-1 odds. CJ Carr 750 to 1. I think another guy's like Trinidad Chambliss. So you got two guys in the top 10, Chambliss and Sorsby. Both guys are just like, I mean, what's happened to college football? This is just 2 guys, situations you wouldn't have seen
What
10
happened
years
to
ago.
Chambliss? Because I thought he was going to be forced to come out, wasn't he?
That's what I thought too. And then I think there's another thing with the judge. It was like, okay, you can play a 7th year or whatever. Like, it all comes down to these judges. Like, you can go through so many courts, you can go through so many appeals, and eventually you'll find a judge who's a fan of Texas Tech, who will let them play. That's what it seems like in my.
I don't understand why a third party judge. I don't know. Like the NCAA has just lost all power. It seems like it seems like they just have no authority at this point.
Does seem that way.
Because and I will say it has swung because the NCAA used to be like this big bad organization that could control everything and everyone and say that you couldn't make a video game and all these different things. And I do understand that it's swung back more now into like the players have more power and it's individual schools have more power too with NIL and things like that. But it seems like it's swung a bit too far on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with college football, but it makes me less interested in watching.
A bit, yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, it's always been a little tough for me because there's just too many teams in college football. It's just tough to keep track of them all. The one thing that I did see out of Texas Tech last year, I didn't watch a ton of Texas Tech games, but they had a pretty good quarterback, Baron Morton, right? That was their quarterback last year.
A good team.
They had a very good team, obviously. Yeah, they made it into the playoff. Baron Morton got hurt at one point, and this guy, Will Hammond, stepped in. He was a freshman last year. He's still a freshman. I think he might have been able to redshirt last year because he didn't play more than 4 games. I think he was like a 5-star recruit. This guy's a stud.
Really?
I think in the first 2 games, he should and will start. And after the first 2, I mean, again, they're playing Abilene Christian and what was it, Oregon State?
Yeah.
So they're not playing anyone great, but I think this guy's going to ball out, and I wouldn't doubt that he ends up starting more games.
Really?
For Texas Tech this year.
Wally Pipp situation.
He looks like he came in, he threw a couple balls where I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's a true freshman. Like, he looks like a stud. And then he had he's not the most athletic guy, but like he had a run where he just like made one good move, and I was like, oh, like this guy's got it together. Like, he just looked composed. He was ready. I'm ready for Will Hammond to take over.
You're in on Hammond early.
I'm big on Will Hammond.
That's an early scouting report in June.
I think don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if in a year or two Will Hammond's the talk of town.
In the league?
Maybe.
Whoa.
In the draft. I think he could be a draft prospect.
I mean,
he's only 6'2", 205, not a huge guy, but he's got a nice arm and he's sneaky athletic.
Big prospect too. So
that's right.
I mean, what I've heard about Texas Tech is their NIL is unlike any other school, pretty much. Like, they've gone all in on NIL in all their sports. Like, they've been super competitive in everything recently. I think they're just going to continue to get better. And the Sorsby stuff is good for them. I think he's going to get, it'll be interesting to see how he gets treated when he goes into opposing stadiums. Like, if he gets, he's got to be getting clowned for like the gambling stuff wherever he goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure every time he gets sacked this year, someone will say something to him.
Oh, the players?
Yeah. Like every time he gets sacked, someone will be like, oh.
Yeah. I'll say like
on
the
that?
fans, the college game day signs.
Oh, yeah.
Texas Tech at like whatever, at Texas or something. I don't know what their schedule's like, but college football, still months away. I'm getting the itch back for football.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good off season. There's a solid time off for a reason. Like there's nonstop football for months.
You're saying it now, but in a month when both of the finals are over and the only thing on is baseball, well, I do think the World Cup's going to help in
it might
tiding some people over. Even though like neither of us are huge soccer guys, but I'll watch the World Cup. Like you kind of have to, right?
I just don't understand the World Cup, like the format. Really,
the format is a little bit confusing.
Yeah.
With like the pool play and how people have qualified and all the different things.
I don't really know like who I should watch either, because like there's no chance the U.S. wins.
Statistically, or a lot of the experts have said that this is the best roster in U.S. history.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw they had like a little like going away match or something with Germany. I don't know if they won that, but I saw they
going away. What do you mean? Like getting ready? Like
something like that.
Okay.
I just saw it on Twitter.
I don't even know when the World Cup starts, to be honest. I just know it's this summer.
I think that's pretty soon. Spain is the favorite. France is up there. England, Brazil, the usuals.
Saudi
I might be rooting for Britain, honestly.
Isn't Iran in there?
I think everybody's in there.
I
I'll be rooting for the U.S., but I just don't think it's happening.
I saw this British bloke go on TikTok, and he was not happy with the United States because he was like, yeah, the FIFA World Cup is in the United States this year, and like they just totally lied to us. They were like, he said that like on the FIFA website, like it has the locations mapped out, and it was like, it says this one's in Boston. It's not in Boston. It's in this place called Foxborough. And it's like, and it's, they're playing it at Gillette Stadium. And then he was like, he looked it up. He's like, it's 45 minutes outside of Boston. And then he was like, this one says it's in Dallas. It's not in Dallas. It's in a place called Arlington. He's like, this is in New Jersey, not New York.
Yeah.
He's like, this one's in, what was the other one? Even Levi Stadium where the 49ers play.
Yeah.
Like not actually in San Francisco.
So,
it's like 45 minutes north of San
Where's
Francisco.
that at? What's that city
I
called?
forget the name of it. Yeah.
I don't want to get
Santa
that.
Clara? Is that right?
That might be, but I was thinking, and they don't even play at Levi. Oh, wait, no, they do play at Levi Stadium. I was thinking about Candlestick.
Oh, I miss Candlestick.
It is Santa Clara. You're right.
I'm cooking.
The World Cup starts on June 11th. The U.S. plays their first game against Paraguay on June 12th at 9 p.m. I might tune into that one because you got to romp the score on Paraguay, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have to. But speaking of like, arenas and stadiums being outside of like the city, the Bears recently announced that they're moving to Indiana.
Yeah, which is great. To move it outside of the state is that's a little much.
Yeah, I feel like
Kansas City is now going to be moving into Kansas, I think.
I think I did hear about that too. I think the only city that can get away with that is New York. Like you can put your stadium in New Jersey. I'm fine with that.
Why don't they just put the stadium right in Central Park?
That'd be sick.
Why don't they do that?
I mean, maybe Trump will do that next. He built the UFC cage at the White House. Let's build a football stadium at Central Park.
That's genius.
Possible.
Why? There's all this like open space right in the middle of New York. Like why don't, and everyone talks about how bad the parking is in New York. Why don't they just flatten out Central Park and make a huge parking lot?
I think everyone would be happier.
Everyone would love that.
People could drive.
Like, it's like, what are these trees doing for us? And this grass and ponds and things.
I mean, it's crazy looking at New York overhead.
They should build a highway of it over Central Park.
So you're in the dark when you're in the park?
Yes.
Dark in the park?
And then a parking lot underneath it.
All right. I'm on board.
Why aren't they hiring me as a city planner?
Talk to Zoran.
Yeah, I got a call with Zoran after this. He's going to love my ideas.
With him.
And there's going to be an Auntie Anne's pretzel shop in there too. I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Now we're spicing it up.
Stick with us through this next break while we make more architectural plans and city planning. And we'll let you guys know what we come up with after this break right here on WSRR Radio. Don't go anywhere.
Independent music has always been about doing things your own way, not cutting corners, not chasing trends, and definitely not handing everything off to someone who doesn't care about the end result. That's where Hellbender Vinyl comes in. Hellbender Vinyl is Pittsburgh's first and only custom vinyl record pressing plant trusted by artists across the country. They work hands-on with independent musicians to make sure each release sounds right and feels right start to finish. Every project includes 5 free test presses, so quality isn't a guessing game, it's built right into the process. So, if you're serious about your music and how it's released, don't settle for disposable formats. Press it with Hellbender Vinyl. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com.
Playing the ball where it lies. Lucas and Dom are back on WSRR Radio.
Welcome back to Behind Enemy Lines right here on WSRR Radio, brought to you by our proud partners at Hellbender Vinyl. Hellbender is Pittsburgh's first and only custom vinyl record pressing plant, one of America's most trusted record pressing plants, perfect for local and independent artists who want to take their album release to the next level. Don't settle for a bunch of ones and zeros floating around the internet. Have a physical album release with Hellbender Vinyl. Hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com. Dom, I don't know if you saw it over the weekend, if you were tapped in to Fox Sports, but a big the playoffs started in the UFL. Everyone's talking about the NBA finals, the Stanley Cup finals. No one's talking about the United Bowl that's happening this weekend.
Oh, this is it?
That's
It
right.
all comes down to this.
This last weekend, the 4 teams that made it into the playoff battled. The Defenders knocked off the Orlando Storm, who were 8-2. They were playing great. They were probably one of the best teams in the league, obviously at 8-2.
Let me guess. The next one, the Battlehawks.
The Battlehawks were in it.
They didn't win though.
No, they did not.
Oh, what a shame. Against the Renegades or something.
The Louisville Kings.
Oh yeah, the Kings are nice.
That's right. The Louisville Kings have been pretty nice down the stretch. Didn't start the season off great. Started with a different quarterback. His name was Jason Bean.
Bean.
All right. This is me letting everyone know about the drama going into United Bowl weekend. Okay.
So he's playing this
So
weekend.
the Defenders were 5-5 this season. Okay. To somehow made it into the playoffs.
Okay.
And they beat the Orlando Storm. But the Louisville Kings earlier in the season didn't look too hot. Started off with this quarterback, Jason Bean. About halfway through the season, maybe a little bit, week 3 or 4, I'd say, they're playing in a tight game. Jason Bean is scrambling. He's going towards the goal line, and he slides down on the 1. Doesn't take a hit, slides down. They end up not scoring. They don't win the game.
Wow.
That week, maybe it was even the next day, they get him out of town.
They cut him.
They trade him.
Oh, okay.
They trade him away to who else but the DC Defenders.
No way.
And he rode the bench for most of the season because they had a really good quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu. He was a Ole Miss grad.
Yeah.
He had a very good college career.
Remember him.
Has had a great spring football career. Has played in the UFL, the XFL for years. And he's been mostly with the DC Defenders.
Yeah.
So he's kind of been their franchise guy.
But he got banged up.
Got banged up earlier in the season. Someone else played a couple games. I don't know how well it went.
And then Benny Bean comes in.
Jason Bean comes in. He wins this game against the hottest team in the league, Orlando Storm. And now they're going to the United Bowl, and he gets his shot at revenge against the Louisville Kings in the United Bowl. You can't write a script better than that, can you?
I think I got to be rooting for Mr. Bean in this one.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have to. That seems like the story. It's just too good to be true.
They were in the Defenders were in the championship last year. I think they might have won it. I couldn't remember in all honesty, but yeah, Jason Bean after getting cut now has a shot at redemption.
Now, are any of these guys you think maybe going to the league next year?
The
Jordan Ta'amu?
The Kings have Ta'amu's old now. He won't. He probably won't have a shot. The Kings have this this running back who has played very well. His name's Ian Wheeler. He set the single game record in the UFL earlier this year. He had 4 touchdowns and 250 yards. He had a really, really good performance in this playoff game as well. I didn't see a ton of it, but I looked at he had a huge touchdown down the stretch where he looked really fast. If you look up this highlight from Ian Wheeler, ran down the right side and he just blew by everyone. The whole St. Louis defense. It was very impressive. So he's pretty good. Their quarterback has also played very, very well. I forget his name, but he's played really well down the stretch. He got rocked. It actually might have been against the DC Defenders, but if you look up this hit, it's one of the biggest hits you'll ever see.
Really?
In any football game. He got destroyed. He stepped up in the pocket. Guy came from his blind side. I'm pretty sure it was against the Defenders.
So do you think UFL is a little more physical than the NFL?
There's some times where it is.
Some moments
where it's at least just as. And I feel they're a little more lax with some of it.
Now I'm looking here though. I got a few complaints.
Okay.
One, it says DC Defenders at Louisville Kings, but the game's in Washington D.C.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be a home game for the DC
I think
Defenders.
it's that's like when the Buccaneers were technically at the Chiefs, but it was in Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do with that. But my biggest complaint though is that it's at 3 p.m. on Saturday, June 13th.
Yeah, I don't love that. You know why? You know why else I don't love that?
Why?
Because it's an hour before my wedding. I'm not going to be able to tap in. Not going to be able to tap in.
You have to watch it later in the week. You have to record that one.
I'll have to stay off Twitter and TikTok because I know it's going to be all over.
I'll be watching on my phone all day.
Yeah. Well, you have a very important job at the wedding.
Yeah, it is true. Recording.
Dom is being our free videographer.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Because I made him be.
I'm about to go crazy on the videos. I'm about to get in the way of everyone's line of sight.
Yeah.
To get the shot.
Kelly said today, she was like, he can just film from his seat. He doesn't have to get up
That's good.
and be crazy.
That's good to hear. I'll go crazy. I'll go crazy if you want me to.
I want it to be, it's just supposed to be like a home video style, thing. So I also want you to come up. I want you to go up to people and be like, "What do you have to say to the happy couple?"
Yeah.
And see what they say. And just do some interviews.
So it's got some audio on that too.
Do some, yeah.
All right.
Do some man on the street interviews. Let's see what we got from you. What are you gonna? What's some questions you're gonna ask people?
What do you gotta say to the happy couple?
Okay, that's a good one.
That's a great.
That's
one.
a go-to.
That's like a keep. That's one for everyone.
What do Lucas and Kelly mean to you?
That's a good one. You know, I'll reuse things too because when we interviewed the people at the NFL draft, we got some diehard.
We got some diehard Lucas and Kelly's fans here.
Yeah, so I'll be probably repeating every question to people.
Yeah, 100%. You got to reuse the same kind. Once you got a good
which ones are hitting first, I'll read the room a little bit and then we'll adjust. But once we get a formula, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right?
We have I would like you to do this. All right. So we have a lot of weddings do this. I don't know if every wedding does this, but at the reception, they'll do an anniversary dance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is? They'll say all the married couples
married for
on the dance floor. Yeah. And it was like, if you've been married for less than a year, get off the dance floor.
Yeah.
And they keep going until the oldest couple is left.
And then
I'd like for you to do an interview with them and be like,
the oldest.
You guys just won the anniversary. You won to say that. You guys have won the anniversary dance. What's your advice to the new couple?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the secret?
I'd like some of that.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's see. I don't know who's going to win it, actually. If my Aunt Linda and Uncle Eddie are there, they got a good shot at it. I think they won at my brother's wedding, but
the thing is, I don't want to film people who don't want to be filmed. You know what I mean?
That's too bad. Everyone's signing a waiver.
Yeah, that's good. Your face will be included.
Yes.
In the TikTok. Get some people dancing, of course.
Some dancing will be perfect. We don't really. We do have a content creator, quote unquote.
Oh yeah.
Who's going to be doing some of that stuff?
Content creator, huh?
Yeah,
that's pretty nice. Was it all like with their phone or?
I have no clue.
That'd be interesting.
I have no clue. I just know we're paying her like $800.
What a gig it is to work weddings.
Yeah,
you can charge those people whatever you want,
and they'll pay it,
and they will,
and we're paying it. We got a photographer, a content creator, a person we have a string band. I shouldn't say a band, a string duet.
No, really?
We have someone do a cello and a violinist who are going to play during the ceremony.
Real nice.
We've got, what else? We got a DJ, of course.
Of course. Need that.
Yeah, someone said to me earlier in the week, like, oh, this is probably costing a pretty penny, huh? And I was like, it's costing a beautiful penny.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely gorgeous penny.
Penny.
A stunning penny, if you will.
Yeah, weddings, they it's a big business, that's for sure.
Yes, it is. My sister-in-law is a wedding photographer now. She switched her career. She was a nurse, and she just wasn't rocking with it, and went to be a wedding photographer. And she's doing well for herself.
Lucrative.
She does well for herself. She's very talented too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, the thing is, everyone wants to be a wedding photographer now.
Yeah.
Like, Kelly was showing me this like Facebook post. She was like, everyone thinks they can be a wedding photographer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my sister-in-law is actually very, very talented. Like, she's artistic. She shows me the things that she does. I'm like, very impressed. Kelly was showing me like this other person from her hometown's like quote unquote wedding photography business, and it was like an engagement shoot, and she was like, I could take these pictures on my phone.
Yeah,
like, these are terrible.
Yeah, you see some people's photos, it's like, what were they thinking? I try not to hate, but sometimes you see it's like, I don't.
And it's okay to hate on those too, though, because they're charging $800 a session.
Well, yeah, you can hate on the photographer for sure. Then you got to feel bad for like the people. They didn't even know.
Yeah, but that's why you can hate on the photographer even more, because it's like you're scamming these people.
Like, why'd you even post them?
Yeah, but you got to post something.
Do you though? If the photo shoot comes out bad, it's like, just keep these to myself. Yeah. I mean, people post everything. I think that's
everybody's posting everything.
Yeah, not me. I used to post everything, not anymore.
You stick to yourself now.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm out.
What's the last Instagram post you made?
Been like 2 years probably.
The other day I went to make an Instagram post, and I was like, I haven't made an Instagram post in a while. Like, let's just see what I got. I looked through my photos, and I was like, wow, I haven't taken a photo since the last time I made an Instagram post. And that was like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I had nothing on my camera reel.
My camera roll is insane. I try to take pictures of like random stuff. I'm like, this looks cool. Maybe I'll
get
look back
artistic.
at this. Like, why did I take this picture? And then there's like just a bunch of other screenshots and stuff.
Sometimes when you're banged up, you take a picture that you think is really aesthetic, and then you look back at it and you're like, this is terrible.
Yeah. But sometimes though, you're like, oh, I I got something here.
One time I was on the North Shore with some friends, and I was really banged up, and there was this guy who I didn't even know that well. He was a friend of my fiance's friend, and I kind of knew him. I'd hung out with him a couple times, and I was really muffed up, and the city was in the background, looking over the river, and he was just sitting there, and I was just like, dude, I gotta take these pictures. And he was playing Flip Cup or something, and I just I looked at my phone the next day, I had 25 pictures of this guy. And I was like, I don't even have his number to send him these. Yeah. And I also don't want to send my fiance's friend them to send to his friend. Yeah. That's just kind of weird. So I was just like, I don't, they're just going to live on my camera. But they look good. So I was like, they're going to live on my camera roll forever.
This random guy will just be in my camera roll. I've thought about that before. Am I in how many strangers' camera rolls am I in?
Yeah.
Just in the background or maybe I was doing something weird and someone took a picture of me. That's what I'm thinking.
If I see someone taking a picture and I'm walking in the background, I'm gonna give them something to laugh at.
A finger?
No. What?
Oh.
Something to laugh at, I said.
Like a tongue out or something like that?
Yeah, I'll do something crazy. Be like, look at me, I'm crazy.
I mean, if I'm wearing my Steelers jersey, I'll be like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on now. Rock the Steelers.
No.
All right, Dom, we're in the final 2 minutes of the episode. I know you've got breaking news.
It's not really breaking news, but something I found out.
You've got something insane to tell the people.
I think it's insane. Lucas, you played the Rocky video game growing up, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, I don't even know if I ever played it, but my cousin, who has Down syndrome and is obsessed with Rocky, he had it. And I remember he would play it and I'd watch him. I might have played it once or twice.
He'd run your fade in it?
Yeah, he'd
the game was sick because you'd play a story mode, and playing the story mode would unlock characters. You play a bunch of random guys throughout to build up to each movie's main villains. Yeah. You play Apollo Creed, play a bunch of bums, play Apollo Creed again, play a bunch of bums, play Clubber Lang, etc. But in between these big villains, one of the guys' name was Big Yank Ball. There's a few guys I remember, a few random guys' names I remember because I play this game a lot. There's this guy named Big Yank Ball who obviously that name was hilarious as a kid.
Big Yank
Ball. I mean, what does that even mean? I never really thought anything of it until recently. One of my friends said something about Big Yank Ball. He's like, remember that guy? I was like, yeah. So I looked it up. Turns out Big Yank Ball is a real person. He's a real man, a real human being who was an actual boxer, back in the 70s or whatever when Rocky came out.
Beautiful.
So I do a little bit more digging. I click on a link. I don't know how I found it, but eventually I found out that he is the father of the CEO of the Big Baller brand, LeVar Ball. None other than LeVar Ball. And the grandfather of LaMelo, LiAngelo, and Lonzo.
Yeah.
Which I thought was can't believe I never knew this till today. Played this game for 20 years. And Big Yank Ball, for most of my life, he was only Rocky guy.
He was merely a goon to get his ass beat.
To get to Ivan Drago. Yeah, exactly. And now it's wow, he was real.
He was merely a stepping stone to Drago.
I'm who else was real in that game?
I think there were some other real people in there.
There got to be. I'll have to look it up later.
I remember one time because my uncle is he obviously loves Rocky, but he also was a boxing fan a little bit, whatever. And I remember we were playing the Rocky game, and he was like, "Oh, that guy's real." I remember whatever.
Remember Big Yank?
Yeah, I remember Big Yank.
Big Yank's a great name.
What was it? How was he? Was he any good?
Yeah, he was good.
Was he a good?
Of course he was
actual boxer?
And I think
not in the game, actual in real life.
Oh, I don't know about that. I have no clue about that. He probably is like LeVar. He's I was the best of all time. But the best part about the Rocky game is that once you beat the game, you get the Rocky statue as a character, and you get Mickey. So he boxes those guys.
This is actually in the movie in Rocky 3. It says Rocky Balboa versus Big Yank Ball.
So he's in the movie, but I don't think you actually see him in it. You just see him in the back.
Yo, he's yoked.
Yeah,
he's huge.
Of course. There he is in the video game.
He looks like a stud. Big Yank Ball. Shout out to Big Yank. Shout out to you guys for joining us here on Behind Enemy Lines once again on WSRR Radio. Stick with us through this week. Everyone have a spectacular weekend and wish me a happy wedding day.
Peace, big ballers.
The preceding program was a sponsored production. The views, claims, and ideas expressed may not represent those of WSRR Radio.